What's up, guys? Wagwan. So it's Trin again. My name is Trin. I am a mom of 6, and I have a story time for you guys. I want to say it because it was a part of my story. I don't want anybody to be offended or anything like that. It's just to show you where I'm coming from and what God has brought me through and how He has blessed me along the way. So, yeah. So, anyways, guys, so when I came to Canada, right? I came as a student and I was here. So, I met this guy. Let's say his name is John. John is a Nigerian. And if you know anything, Nigerians are basically like Jamaicans, right? And basically, we got in a relationship. And there was always a cultural thing there. He was a little bit different from me, and I was very different from him, culturally speaking. But we were in a relationship. Anyways, John and I work at the same place. We were doing the same thing, work at the same place and everything. So now me with my big head end up getting pregnant for John. And I end up telling him, and this man wanted nothing to do with it. Like, he was so mad that I end up getting pregnant and stuff like that. But religiously, I don't really believe in for myself, for myself. So I decided to keep my child. But people, when I was there at work, everything good. I was just minding my business. I was like, yeah, this is my child. I'm gonna keep this child, and I'm just focusing on my stuff. Guys, I tried to because we were in a relationship and my heart was broken and everything like that, and I realized that he wanted nothing to do with me at the time. So I was like, okay, fine. Guys, I was at work one day when one lady come to me and said to me, Trin, you know that this there's another lady at work, your boss. I say the boss named Sandra, your boss, is also pregnant for John. Me dear, when them tell me that, I said, pregnant for who? That is a lie. That can't be John. That can't be John. Because John didn't want this, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't want to put himself in that because, he couldn't want to put himself in that situation again after he said what he said and did what he did. So because when them time that when I'm pregnant, I'm extra mad. So I went to John OCC with a mad. I start cuss him off like dog rotten. I said, I go in house. I start knock down the door. I started knocking down the door. I was like, open the door. Oh, you mean for say you got this woman pregnant? And here you're not taking care of the child with me. I said, girl, guys, I go on body see. I go on body see, come and say, John, oh, dear John. How dare John go get somebody else pregnant? And I'm a boss, She was my boss. And I was like, it's like, he didn't know. And he was like, no, nothing to go, so I didn't do that, whatever. So him get up and go, cause guys, he went and went to her and started arguing and said, I heard that you are pregnant. Why everybody else say you're pregnant and whatever Trin said. And he didn't know that she was. And then how he found out was through me. It's like everybody else knew, but he didn't know, right? He didn't know. And me said, guys, when me said the boss hit me, because he, like, she was hiding it from him and whatever. Anyways, he's like, oh, it was just a one-time thing, and I just went to her house, and it was a one-time thing, and blah, blah, blah. You know, man lie. Man lie. And I don't blame the woman, because it's not her fault. It was John's fault. So anyways, guys, guess what? Basically, I found out that the lady and I was having baby around the same time. I had baby, let's say I end up having my child, my son, 2 weeks before her. 2 weeks before her, and guys, so John they are going bad. I said, what I said, Nigerian and Jamaican men. But anyway, I decided, he was telling me, oh, I'm not with this lady, I'm just whatever, and I'm with you now, because after I had the baby, and then I forgave him, and he came around, and everything like that, so I was like, he's not with her, he's just going to see his son, and I just want to be with you, blah, blah, blah. So I thought that was whatever. That was the truth. Guys, remember, like, okay, so when I had my twins, I didn't want to have another child for somebody else. No. But that dad and I didn't work out, so whatever. So I moved on. And this happened, so I'm still like, God, what did I get myself into? So I'm like, okay, I had this child with this guy, so I'm gonna continue having my kids with this guy. And I said, guys, me and this guy end up back together, you know, because me did a car, like, it's a long story, but we end up back together, guys. I said, okay, I'm gonna forgive him, because I you know, keep the family together and everything. Who did tell me that? Guys, my ear said the same lady end up pregnant again for John. Hey, I went to John OCC. Never laugh about that situation there. I went to John's house, and I backed down the door, and I went up in the man's face, cuss him dog rotten, and like cuss him again. Come here and say, oh, dare you do this? And me, I go on, but you know, in that time I realized that things were changing, because he used to keep my son when I went to work sometimes, and I realized that things were changing up, like where his family didn't, like, you know, not family, but like one particular person that was associated with him didn't really want me around anymore, and he didn't want to be around the kid anymore. He was like a little bit changing, but he was still like entertaining me and stuff like that. And my final session, the lady pregnant again. God, I said, guys, I nearly mash up things in, but this because I know that I'm in Canada. I said, I don't want to go to jail for nobody. Some say, you know, let me go chill. Anyways, the lady pregnant for the guy again. Me and him mash up, break up at the time. Guys, when I say, the man, you know what the man do? The girl pregnant over there, so him never knows that she pregnant. So he went to her again. I said, how come you pregnant? Everybody else know. Because I don't know. How is that telling me? The people them find out and I tell me go cuss him off, and then I saw him find out, so the girl they pregnant again. Him go to her and cuss, because him I say blah blah blah. I know all that work out. And I say, oh, him so evil. And I go, sorry if you went and do it. Anyways, guys, you know what John do? John get up and marry somebody else within 1 month of me and him break up. Officially break up. 1 month. And after 1 month of him finding out, said the other woman pregnant, him went and married somebody else. Him and his family, whatever. I'm just saying this to say, I'm not trying to disparage John. John is a okay person. I don't really care about what John is doing right now. But in that time, when I went through that in my life and I realized what was happening and how everybody was like so against me, said God took me through the fire. It's like God wanted God wanted me to wake up because I was codependent, right? I was so codependent. God wanted me to wake up. So the first baby that never work out, the baby that never jolt me to wake up. It's the second one. That is where I got. That is where I God started to open my eyes, because I had to go within and I had to heal within. And when me realized that certain situation I was going through was toxic, and I was entertaining it because I didn't have boundaries, guys, when I said God start whip me up in shape, whip me to like he started to mold me, make me, and made me realize that, yo, what you were doing right there wasn't for you. John wasn't for you. John was there to whip you in shape. John was there to give you the enlightenment that you needed to pass this next stage, because it's a stage in every stages of life. It's a stage. So John was only there, was a tool that God used to whip me in shape, because that was such a deep hurt that I went through, and God opened my eyes to some toxic behavior with me have, and toxic behavior that I accepted because me codependency. All I knew was to give and give and give, because that's how I thought that's how I would get back loving. That's how I felt like I was gonna be loved, so I had to give and give to people. So anyways, God had to put me through that molding process. I say when God put me through this molding process, He teach me about narcissism, sociopathy, all of them is something that people who have personality disorders, how they act, all these things. And I started to realize that, damn, guys, I was going through all my life, I was going through all these things. But it's like, you know what I mean? So John was only there in my life to teach me a lesson. I thank John every day for what I'm doing. I thank John, because if John never did what he did, I wouldn't have learned the lesson that I needed to learn. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have. So I thank God, John, for that. I don't care about what him now. But I'm saying I thank John for doing what he did, because he was a tool that God used to bring me where I am today. Man, Mr. When my eyes are so open, you see, guys. My eyes are so open. It's like I see people. It's like I'm able to see people personality. I can look at a person's picture and see who they are. I can see it. I can be around somebody and give me a day or two, and I can feel certain things about people. And that's why I'm in a hermit mode now, because I'm like, hey, I don't want people's energy, because I tend to absorb their energy, their feelings and their emotions. So I started to like be by myself. But anyways, guys, there's more to the story. I'm soon telling you later. Thanks for listening. Yeah.